We have had a terrific afternoon at the J. Davidson Stadium. It's finished a 7-goal thriller. Altrincham 4, Yeovil Town 3. Phil Parkinson joins us. Phil, what do you make of an afternoon like that?
Afternoons like that are why I have no hair, Brian. It had everything, didn't it? Obviously, we're 2-0, cruising, felt really comfortable. Missed multiple opportunities, but I've got to give it Yeovil. They could have been 2-0 up in the first 10 minutes as well. They had a couple of chances, but I felt on the run of play and the chances we created in the first half, we should have been well out of sight. And at 2-0, I felt really comfortable, like I said, but at half-time we spoke about remembering past experiences such as Barnet, and it felt like it was going to go that way again in the second half, didn't it? But I felt we were really brave with the substitutions. We didn't just sit back and sort of keep the goal deficit down, because you could have maybe looked at it like that. Are they going to come on again and score some more? We wanted to get something out of the game. We wanted to give our fans something to cheer about and go home pleased with, and I'd like to think we did that in the end.
In the first 15 minutes, and bear in mind that we're missing a number of players defensively, we were a little bit all over the place, and Yeovil created 3 very good chances, hit the woodwork twice, so it could have been a very different afternoon. But we've responded, and great to see Conor Kirby on the score sheet. He's threatened on a couple of occasions, went very close against Weymouth last Saturday, and plenty of energy, and he gets himself into some good positions.
He does, and he was playing the whole the defensive centre mid role today, that kind of Jake Moult role today. He's got a little bit to learn in there, but it's great to see that a player in that position can get a goal.
Regan Ogle has provided a great cross for the second goal, and he had a fantastic game against Woking, and he's been a little bit in and out, but I thought he did very, very well today.
Yeah, Regan improved dramatically in the second half. Had a little chat about his distribution in the first half, and to play in this team you've got to be comfortable on the ball and you've got to be able to complete passes, and I felt he did that a lot better in the second half.
Fantastic header from Dan Mooney from the cross. We're not going to see too many of those.
Well, I hope we do, but yeah, it's not archetypal Dan Mooney, that is it, to get at the back post and head, but I'm always on at the players about arriving at the back post. There's goals there, and Dan's reaped the rewards of being at the back post and having a bit of quality as well to loop it over. It was very deliberate what he did. He wasn't just putting it back across the box, so it's fantastic to see.
In the second half, I thought we were playing well. There was no real sign that Yeovil were going to turn the tides, but they scored 3 goals in 17 minutes, and not great goals.
No, massively disappointing, and I didn't really want to point the fingers at the players in there. I wanted them to give them an opportunity to sort of put their hands up, and we'll look at it on the analysis as well, because it's very difficult to do when we've not won enough games, have we, this back end of the season, so I don't want to take the shine off what we've done. It was a great comeback, but a comeback that shouldn't have been necessary. We were well on top, we had more than enough to see the game through. Yeovil are a massive club at this level, very good team. Daryl's a good manager, he's far more experienced than myself, so full credit to everything that he's done in the past and what he's doing at Yeovil. They've had a real tough time with everything that's gone on, and he's rallied the troops round. They looked dead and buried at one point of the season, and they're going to finish above us, so he's done a great job there, and I want to do the same here. I want to build on what we've done this season, myself and Neil, and go again next year and be even stronger.
It felt as if it might be another Barnet, but to be fair to the lads, their heads didn't drop. They kept on playing the football. We worked our way through the lines of the Yeovil defence on 2 or 3 occasions. Eventually, the equaliser has come. Joel Senior's played a big part in that. I thought he had a terrific second half. And there was Tom Pearce on the spot.
Yep, Tom, he has a knack of scoring late on in games, and that's why we brought him on. Probably could have done that in a few other games of late, but wanted to have a look at a few different players. He's kind of that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for us, isn't he, in terms of he scores important late goals for us. I know he won't like that tag, but he seems to always produce when he comes on rather than starting, and that's something that some players are just like that, and Tom at Altrincham, that's the kind of role that he's had. And it's important. We need that type of contribution, and we need that Tom Pearce in our squad, and he's a brilliant professional. He's so easy to manage, gives you everything, and he deserves moments like that where he scores goals.
And then we've got a dramatic late winner, and as he did with a late goal against Barnet back in January at the Hive, a very similar sort of goal. Josh Hancock, 12th goal of the season.
Yeah, I think Josh has probably had an indifferent season by his standards. He's always right up there. I think he's been our top goal scorer the last 3 seasons. He's a goal scorer, Josh, and I think he'll just get stronger next season from the experience this season. And I've always said we've been very lucky to have Josh. I've known him since he was about 15. He's been a great player for myself and Neil, and we've absolutely loved working with him. And like I said, I think now he's had a good look at the level like us all. I think Josh will go stronger again next season.
You played him up top today. It's unlikely he's ever going to be the main striker for Altrincham Football Club, but he did well and he was heavily involved.
Yeah, he's been on at me about giving him a chance up there, so we've tried everything else. Why not try Josh? And he's shown glimpses of what he can do in that position, because he is a goal scorer, he's a goal threat. He's one of them players, you can't coach it. He's in the right place at the right time. But I think today's game epitomises how we've been in front of goal. Although we've scored quite a few goals today, we've missed so many chances. It's painful at times, and we've got to do better on that front. And then you've seen the opposite side of us, where we've probably not been like that in terms of conceding goals. I know we have probably 5 or 6 games, because we've been chopping and changing, and a little bit of that's forced through injury. But in general, we've been really tight at the back this season. If we can just combine the both, where we're creating the opportunities that we did today, and we have throughout the season, to be fair, I've been really impressed with us probably since Christmas time, where we have created chances, but we've got to be more clinical in both boxes. And when we find that knack, which we will, because we're really good at what we do, everybody associated with the football club, then like I said, we'll be strong at this level. But we've just got to find that level of consistency. Probably got to add a bit of strength and depth to the squad, because it's definitely showing when we can't play certain players that we're not strong enough. But unfortunately, that comes with the territory of being at Altrincham, because we're not the biggest club in the league.
There were a number of firsts today. First time we've been 2 goals ahead, I think, at half-time. First time we've scored 4 goals this season. And we've reached the 45-point mark, which was a target. Yeah,
that's something me and Neil set. We said 50, or we looked at it and we looked at how it's going to last 5 seasons. I think when Alti got relegated, one of the last times, I think they got 44, I might be wrong there. So again, we thought 50 would be around the mark that we need to achieve. So 45 after revising, with 2 teams obviously dropping out, and we've achieved that target. But it doesn't feel like an achievement because of what we know we're capable of. And I think if we can realise our potential, work even harder next season, add bits of quality to the squad, then listen, we're hoping for a bit more than just survival.
But the win today and Weymouth's defeat guarantees us 17th place, which means that we are going to finish top of the promoted teams, which is an achievement.
It is, when you look at it from just purely data and where teams have come from in terms of the promoted teams. But like I said, what we've seen this season, we feel that there's far more to come from us. And if we'd been a little bit better in certain games, we could have finished a lot higher. But listen, we'll take that, obviously, coming up the first time, and then having a good look at the league, probably not knowing a great deal about it, apart from obviously teams we played against, because most of them are southern teams. So we've seen everybody now. We've had a good look at it, and like I said, we think we know what we need to do to kick on again.
It's a rather strange looking table, 51 points for 16th place. We're on 45 in 17th, and Weymouth on 39 in 18th. So there's a big gap, 12-point gap with just us in the middle. So we're either bottom of the top or top of the bottom, whichever way you look at it.
Pint glass half full, isn't it, Brian? But we're always half. We look at it that way. So we'll take the positives as we always do. And like I said, we just want to kick on next year. So we wanted to give the fans something to be excited about, and I'd like to think that game had everything, so they've gone home with the bellies full of entertainment, and obviously being happy with the victory. And hopefully the last 2 games, where we get more people through the turnstiles, through the gates. And they were brilliant today, by the way. I think we only had 600 in today, but I'd love to see 1,000 plus Altrincham fans here roaring the lads on, showing the lads why they should be here next season, because it is a great club to be at, and we just want to give them something to cheer about in the back end of the season now.
And you could sense the excitement all the way through the game. It did go a bit quiet at 3-2, but first half it was fantastic, and 600 made a really good atmosphere today.
They were brilliant. Honestly, I really missed it. I said to Soz, I went to an under-23 game last week at Stoke City, and you can just tell fans are absolutely desperate to get in and desperate to get behind the lads. And the bit I'm really pleased about today is we didn't let ourselves down. We didn't lose the game. There was lots of entertainment, lots of goals, which is something we've always prided ourselves on. I know we haven't delivered on that this season, but we are creating, and we've been creating for a while now. So when we can just find that combination up front in terms of who's going to play in the front four, front three, whatever formation we're going to play next season, because we are going to tweak it a little bit, then I think when we get that right, we're always going to create chances. And if we can keep our strongest players on the pitch, keep that back door closed, then listen, we're going to have a better season than we have this time, and that'll be even more success for Altrincham.
2 more games to go, both here at the J Davidson Stadium. It was shaping up as if the Torquay game was going to be the big one, but now it looks like Eastleigh's going to be the big game. Yeah,
well, they're all big to us, aren't they? Because we want to finish as high as we can, and we want to get as many points as we can. So to play Eastleigh's and Torquay's are just games to look forward to for us. So they might be big games for them for promotion reasons, but for us, they're another opportunity for us to show that we can play at this level and compete with the big boys.
And 2 wins would achieve 51 points, which that's the only way we can now get to the 50.
Well, that would be brilliant, but like I said, we've achieved the 45, and that's one milestone tick. So if we hit 51, then we've overachieved, haven't we? And I'll be made up with that.
That's Altrincham manager Phil Parkinson after a really entertaining and dramatic game. 7-goal thriller which finished Altrincham 4, Yeovil Town 3.